Hi, this is Jake Garber with Lifeline Pet Supplies. Today we are taking a look at the Rcom Small Pet Curadle. I want to cover a few things on the product page for accessories and what you can look for in the unit. Before I get into the accessories, I want to let you know if you scroll down here on the product page, you can see the warranty information, your shipping delivery. This ships directly from Rcom in Kansas from their warehouse, so this gives an estimated ground delivery time, which is what it's going to ship free. Here is refund policy. You can click here to see that for Rcom. Then we have several product videos available on the page where I kind of break down some of the connections and a nebulizer demonstration and a few other things there. And then finally, there is PDF manual, so I show you the hookups, what those look like. We covered troubleshooting some things, and of course the manual and information brochure is all in there. And this one is kind of important: the recommended temperature, humidity, and oxygen settings, and also the connections for nebulizer oxygen or both. Now, if you scroll back up on the page, you're going to see an add to cart here, and when you click that, you can see this pop-up comes up, and there's a lot of different things on there that you may question. What is this stuff? Do I need it for my situation? So I want to go through these and break these down as to what they do. So the Rcom Small Pet Curadle does vent. It has dual vents on each side, so it's taking in fresh air exchange. So it is not a totally closed off unit, and there's no incubators on the market that are. They all have to vent, because even if you have a oxygen chamber, or though, even those aren't totally sealed off, because if an animal was inside and the oxygen failed, obviously they would run out. They would run out of oxygen. If a supplemental oxygen concentrator or a tank ran out, then eventually, at some point, they're going to run out of oxygen in there. So it needs to vent, and it does that for fresh air exchange. So none of these options here are required, but what they do is increase the functionality and use of the machine, turning it into an intensive care unit, a true intensive care unit, or a nebulizing chamber. And there's some other accessories in there for cleaning and things like that. So let me go through each one, and I want to break these down first. So the first one we've got, if you see at the top here, is this oxygen concentrator. And if you hover over and you click on the concentrator link here, you're going to be able to read what this product is about, all the specs for the product, and things like that. So that kind of gives you an idea of about the product, but I'm going to break it down by that. You can do this for each individual add-on, take a look at it, and then just click back. The oxygen concentrator, the Everflow, is a brand new. This is a human grade machine, but we do list it for veterinary use only, because that's what we sell as veterinary products. So this incubator will provide veterinary quality oxygen to your incubator. So a concentrator never has to be filled. You will never have to worry about taking it somewhere and getting a prescription to have it filled. It uses room oxygen, and what it ends up doing is, through a unique filtration process, removes the nitrogen, purifies the oxygen, which comes out the exit port of the machine. So I want to make you aware of the fact that this never has to be filled. So while this may seem like a large investment, it's what your veterinarians, most veterinarians are now using to provide and put a puppy or an animal under oxygen, and most of them use these now when they do, a C-section or other surgical procedures. So that's what that is. Now, in order for you to use this, you need oxygen tubing. The concentrator does not come supplied from the manufacturer with that, so you will need to if you purchase the concentrator, you're going to need the oxygen tubing. And then we've got the nebulizer adapter. I'm actually going to skip over that for just a second and tell you that you will need the oxygen tubing adapter, which is cheap. Here you can see the price for this unit. That allows you to adapt the Korean connection for oxygen to a standard American connection that fits this oxygen tubing here. So the next thing I kind of want to cover is this nebulizer adapter. If you're going to use a nebulizer with the machine, and for those of you who don't know what a nebulizer is, it's basically used to take a liquid medication and turn it into an aerosol. So this is going to be used for upper respiratory infections, including pneumonia, milk aspiration, things like that. You can use anything from a saline-based solution all the way up to a prescription, based albuterol style type of medication, and you can let your veterinarian know if you've got this, that this nebulizer adapter and nebulizer pump, we'll go over that in a second, that you have the capability to nebulize the animal at home, and he's going to give you the specifications for anything that is a prescription. We have an article in the PDF section, so you can look at that. That's general recommendations for nebulizing, and some things in there you can take a look at. So the oxygen tubing adapter, again, I covered. You will need that if you're using a concentrator. This pad here is just what it says. It's just a paw print pad. It's a pee pad per se. It is often ordered in multiples, 2, 3, 4, because you're going to want to change this out to keep the animals dry in that bottom tray. Of course, you can use your own bedding. We give this option here because a lot of people like to get that free shipping and buy it at the time of purchase. These are washable, and they're good for about 100 washes or more. So the next thing we cover is these are oxygen masks. Now these come with their own set of tubing. You can hook them to the concentrator. It will allow you to do a direct to face or snout application right inside the machine. So if you've got an animal that is really struggling, they're in respiratory distress, they're turning blue, you can put them immediately direct to face underneath oxygen like your veterinarian would. So those are just different sizing, and if you click on those, it gives you the size here and kind of a recommendation here for the size and of animal and what you want to choose there. So same thing on the large size, just a different size there. The Lenny Shield Odor Eliminator Extender Spray is a proprietary formulation of a product that's not a masking. It actually eliminates and gets rid of the odor. So these are really cool to use, when you're using those pads, and they're actually great even outside of the use for incubators, and you can take a look at that. And down here we actually have the pump. This is the pump we recommend using with the Rcom units, and this is what allows you this is a small air pump, basically a high pressure small air pump that pressurizes that little nebulizing cup that you put your liquid in. That's what turns that high pressure, turns that liquid into a gas through pressure. So that'll let you treat those upper respiratory infections or other respiratory issues that could be causing problems with your animal. And then finally, this rescue wipe, this one-step disinfectant wipe, of course, just to wipe the unit out and keep it clean. These are great because they kill just a variety. You can take a look at several of the information on there, but they kill a variety of common, a variety of common things you're going to find, bacteria and things like that, the viruses and fungus and other things you may find in a humid atmosphere or in an atmosphere where animals are placed. They're often used in veterinary practices, treatment facilities, animal housing, shelters, kennels, and of course they're used for to clean the incubator. So you can easily add any of these products to your cart simply by clicking the add button. And if we went through and we decided to add all these here, here's what it would look like. You click add, you click continue, and that's going to come down and put those items right in your cart. And then of course you can check out with PayPal here, which is the easiest, quickest form. You can of course use a debit or credit card here, and as well in your secure payments there, complete secure checkout. So I wanted to cover that today so you kind of knew what those options are and what they do for your machine. Of course, if you've got any technical questions regarding this, you can reach out to our technical support department at technicalsupport@lifelinepetsupplies.com. Thank you and have a great day.